I see you there, watching this video at 2 a.m., desperately searching for answers. You're probably feeling frustrated, maybe even a little embarrassed, because something that used to work perfectly in your body just doesn't anymore. You're over 50, and suddenly your intimate life feels like it's slipping away from you. The worst part? Your doctor probably told you it's just aging, or handed you a prescription without explaining what's really happening to your body. Let me tell you something that might shock you. What you ate for breakfast this morning could be sabotaging your performance tonight. That innocent-looking sandwich, that morning coffee with cream, even that heart-healthy cereal could be slowly destroying your ability to maintain strong, reliable erections. And here's the kicker. The food industry has been hiding this from you for decades. Studies show that 52% of men over 50 experience some form of erectile dysfunction. But here's what they don't tell you. 78% of these cases are directly linked to dietary choices, not age. Your arteries down there are smaller than the ones in your heart, which means they get clogged first. Every bite of the wrong food is like putting a tiny roadblock in the pathway to your sexual confidence. But I'm not here to leave you hanging with bad news. I'm Dr. Sarah Mitchell, and I've spent the last 15 years helping men just like you reclaim their vitality through targeted nutritional intervention. In the next few minutes, I'm going to reveal the 3 foods that are silently killing your erections. Foods you probably eat every single day. And more importantly, I'm going to show you exactly how to reverse this damage starting today. But first, let me ask you something, and be honest with yourself. When was the last time you felt completely confident about your performance? If you can't remember, keep watching, because what I'm about to reveal will change everything you think you know about male health after 50. Now I know what you're thinking. Dr. Mitchell, I already avoid the obvious stuff like fast food and junk. But what I'm about to tell you will completely shatter everything you believe about healthy eating for men over 50. The first silent killer hiding in your kitchen right now is processed wheat. Yes, that whole grain bread your wife bought because it's good for your heart is actually strangling your blood vessels. Here's why. Modern wheat contains a protein called gliadin that triggers inflammation in your arterial walls. When inflammation builds up, your arteries can't dilate properly, cutting off the blood flow you desperately need for strong erections. Every sandwich, every pasta dinner, every healthy whole grain cereal is adding another layer to this inflammatory response. The second culprit will surprise you even more: vegetable oils. Canola oil, soybean oil, corn oil, the very oils your doctor probably recommended for heart health, are loaded with omega-6 fatty acids that create oxidative stress in your vascular system. Think of it like rust building up in your pipes. Over time, this rust makes it impossible for blood to flow freely to where you need it most. But here's the third and most shocking food destroying your performance: low-fat dairy products. The food industry removes the natural fats and replaces them with sugar alcohols and artificial thickeners that mess with your hormones. Your testosterone production depends on healthy fats, and when you strip them away, you're literally starving your body of the building blocks it needs to maintain your masculine vitality. If you're finding this information valuable and want to stay updated with more life-changing health insights like this, I'd really appreciate it if you could hit that subscribe button. I share evidence-based strategies weekly that most doctors won't tell you about. Now, before you panic and think you can never eat again, let me tell you about the 67-year-old patient who reversed his erectile dysfunction in just 21 days by making one simple swap in his morning routine. Stay with me because this could be the game changer you've been searching for. Let me tell you about Robert, that 67-year-old patient I mentioned. He came to my office defeated, embarrassed, and convinced his marriage was over. His wife had stopped initiating intimacy, and he felt like less of a man every single day. Robert's story is crucial because he was doing everything right, according to conventional wisdom: whole grain toast for breakfast, cooking with heart-healthy canola oil, and choosing low-fat yogurt for his afternoon snack. But here's what was happening inside his body that no one had explained to him. Every morning, that innocent whole grain toast was spiking his blood sugar, causing his pancreas to flood his system with insulin. Chronic insulin elevation is like kryptonite to your testosterone production. Your body literally can't make the hormones you need when it's constantly dealing with sugar crashes and insulin spikes. Meanwhile, those vegetable oils were creating what we call lipid peroxidation, essentially turning his blood into a thick, sluggish river that couldn't reach the small arteries in his penis. The low-fat dairy was the final nail in the coffin. Without adequate cholesterol and healthy fats, his body couldn't manufacture testosterone or maintain the delicate balance of nitric oxide, the molecule responsible for dilating your blood vessels and creating firm, lasting erections. It's like trying to start a fire without oxygen. Everything else might be perfect, but without this one crucial element, nothing works. Here's the medical reality most doctors won't explain. Erectile dysfunction isn't just about blood flow. It's about the complex interplay between hormones, inflammation, and vascular health. When you're eating inflammatory foods multiple times a day, you're creating a perfect storm of metabolic dysfunction. Your endothelium, the thin layer of cells lining your blood vessels, becomes damaged and can't respond properly to sexual stimulation. So what did Robert do? He made one simple change to his morning routine, and within 3 weeks his wife was initiating intimacy again. The transformation was so dramatic that his regular doctor couldn't believe the blood work results. I'm about to share his exact protocol with you. Robert's transformation began with what I call the morning Masculinity Protocol. Instead of his usual whole grain toast, he started his day with 3 pasture-raised eggs cooked in grass-fed butter, paired with half an avocado and a handful of raw almonds. This simple swap completely changed his hormonal profile within days. The cholesterol from the eggs provided the raw material his body needed to manufacture testosterone, while the healthy saturated fats from the butter optimized his hormone production pathways. But the real magic happened when we eliminated those inflammatory vegetable oils. Robert switched to cooking exclusively with coconut oil, olive oil, and grass-fed butter. Within 2 weeks, his morning erections returned, something he hadn't experienced in over 3 years. The omega-3 fatty acids began repairing the damage to his arterial walls, while the elimination of omega-6 oils stopped the inflammatory cascade that was literally suffocating his blood vessels. The third change was perhaps the most important. We replaced his low-fat dairy with full-fat, grass-fed versions. Raw cheese, full-fat Greek yogurt, and heavy cream became his new allies. These foods are loaded with vitamin K2, which helps direct calcium away from your arteries and into your bones where it belongs. Clean arteries mean better blood flow, and better blood flow means stronger, more reliable erections. Here's your immediate action plan, what I call the 48-hour reset. Tomorrow morning, replace your breakfast with the protein-fat combination I just described. Within 48 hours, you should notice improved energy and mental clarity. That's your first sign that your body is responding. By day 7, most of my patients report morning erections returning. By day 21, like Robert, you'll likely experience the kind of sexual confidence you thought was gone forever. But what if you've tried dietary changes before and they didn't work? What if your case is more severe? I'm about to share the advanced protocol I reserve for my most challenging cases, the men who thought nothing could help them. This is where the real transformation happens. For those of you who need the advanced protocol, let me introduce you to Marcus, a 58-year-old construction foreman who came to me after trying everything: medications, supplements, even considering surgery. Marcus had diabetes, high blood pressure, and hadn't had a satisfying intimate moment with his wife in 4 years. He was ready to give up on his 32-year marriage because he felt like he wasn't a man anymore. His case required what I call the Vascular Reset Protocol. The first advanced strategy is intermittent fasting combined with strategic carb timing. Marcus began eating only between noon and 8 p.m., which allowed his insulin sensitivity to reset completely. But here's the crucial part most people miss. During his eating window, he consumed his carbohydrates only after intense physical activity, when his muscles could immediately use the glucose instead of storing it as fat. His blood sugar stabilized so dramatically that his doctor reduced his diabetes medication by half within 8 weeks. This approach literally reversed his metabolic dysfunction while naturally increasing growth hormone production at night. The second game changer was adding specific nitric oxide boosters to his daily routine, but with a twist that amplifies their effectiveness by 400%. Dark leafy greens like arugula and spinach, beets, and pomegranate became non-negotiable daily foods. These contain natural nitrates that your body converts to nitric oxide, the same molecule that expensive medications try to replicate artificially. Marcus started each day with a green smoothie containing spinach, beets, pomegranate juice, and a tablespoon of L-citrulline powder. But the secret weapon was adding a small amount of organic garlic and ginger, which contain compounds that protect the nitric oxide from breaking down too quickly in your system. The third strategy addresses something no one talks about: the timing of your largest meal. Marcus shifted his biggest meal to lunch and ate only light protein and vegetables for dinner. This simple change improved his sleep quality by 300% because his body wasn't working overtime to digest heavy food at night. Better sleep means better testosterone production, and better testosterone means better performance. The final piece of Marcus's transformation was eliminating what I call hidden hormone disruptors that are literally everywhere in modern life. We removed all plastic food containers and replaced them with glass, switched to organic produce to avoid pesticides, eliminated processed foods entirely, and even changed his personal care products to avoid chemicals like parabens and phthalates. These endocrine disruptors accumulate in your fat tissue and mimic estrogen in your body, essentially feminizing your hormonal profile. Within 3 months, Marcus's testosterone levels increased by 180%. His energy returned to levels he hadn't felt since his 30s, and his wife told me privately that their intimate life was better than it had been in their 20s. But here's what really sealed the deal for Marcus. We implemented what I call cardiovascular priming through specific breathing techniques. 5 minutes of deep breathing exercises before intimacy increased his nitric oxide production by up to 200% in real time. This gave him the confidence boost he needed to fully enjoy the physical improvements we'd created. Here's the truth. Your diet has been slowly poisoning your masculine vitality for years, creating a cascade of hormonal and vascular damage that compounds daily. But the good news is that your body has an incredible capacity to heal when you remove the obstacles and provide the right building blocks. Marcus went from considering divorce to feeling like a newlywed again in just 90 days. Give your body the right fuel, remove the toxins, optimize your timing, and watch how quickly everything can change. Don't let another day pass feeling like less than the vital, confident man you're meant to be. Start with tomorrow's breakfast, follow the protocol I've outlined, and prepare to reclaim not just your intimate life, but your entire sense of masculine vitality. If this video has opened your eyes to what's really happening in your body, imagine what else you don't know about optimizing your health after 50. Subscribe now and ring that notification bell, because next week I'm revealing the 3 supplements that can amplify these results by 300%, and why most men are taking completely the wrong ones that actually make the problem worse.